What's happening, everybody? Steve here, Rake and Profit over at rakeandprofit.com, coming back to you with another live video. I am here with Romer the...
Sipping my coffee. Romer the Romer.
Romer the Romer again. I think
Yep.
This is your last day here,
Yeah.
right? Because you're going to be heading out of state to do some sourcing and whatnot.
Yeah.
Romer, obviously, you guys have probably seen him over the last couple of days. He runs a Amazon book business, does all different types of sourcing from, online sources such as like eFLIP. He goes on Instagram, Facebook Marketplace, library sales, thrift stores, garage sales, anything I missed? Snapchat,
seriously.
Tinder.
Put on your story. Yeah, Tinder.
All over the
Bam,
place.
there now, Bumble.
So I'm here right now with Romer, and we're going to talk about what you may be suffering with. And I notice a lot of people are suffering from this, and they're dead broke. They're always dead broke. And it's this loser mentality. It's this mentality where if something goes wrong, you blame somebody else, or there's always an excuse for why you haven't gotten your result. It's always somebody else's fault. It's almost like these people are entitled. It's like, you owe me something. I deserve success. Ain't nobody nobody owes you anything. The market doesn't care. If you want to make more money, if you want to build a successful business, and we're actually on Instagram as well with Romer's fam as well, so I'm going to be addressing you guys as well. If you guys are broke and your business isn't doing what you want it to be doing, it's because you're not adding enough value. You're not executing. That's it. I mean, it's this loser mentality that I'm entitled to everything. It's everyone else's fault. It's not my responsibility. What are your thoughts on this mentality?
Well, something like I've consumed a lot of your content over time, and you're more of like the mindset guy for me. Like you, and then like I go into people like Reezy or Jim Pickens or Caleb Roth, like really get like the nitty gritty out of it. But one thing you said was you did a meetup where like a bunch of people went to a thrift store at once, and you said you have to go in thinking you're gonna get something. Like I was just listening to that, and I was like, it's so stupid. I was like, you have to go in thinking you're gonna get something. Like I was like, there's either something or there's not. Like that's what I was thinking. But then like I was like, maybe he's right. Maybe I should be optimistic about this. I was like, how is that gonna change things? And I was like, I'm just gonna try it. And like when you're in a good mood, you ask for backroom access. You get more. Maybe your eye is looking for more books. It's like it sounds like woo woo, like attracting success, attracting like making the universe work in your favor. That sounds like bullshit, but when you start looking for good, it's like when you're fishing and you start looking, like when you really want to catch a fish versus like you don't even care. You start like really caring about like where you're casting. You're gonna look for the logs. You're gonna do everything it takes, whether you realize it or not.
Yeah.
Like when you set a goal high and like you set a positive mindset, you're gonna start doing very, very small things in your life to like make it work that you might not even realize. And that's kind of where this like woo-woo idea comes in, where it's like, how did all this happen? It's like, well, deep inside you knew, and that's why you were doing these very tiny actions to make it happen. So on the flip side, if you're negative, you're going to attract negativity.
I'm glad you brought up that video. We didn't even plan this, and the reason I had created that video, that was like over a year ago or so. What's up, Jameson, you little bumblebee? Mama Profit and I,
why would you add me on Bumble?
Mama Profit and I, we were going out sourcing all the time at thrift stores. We weren't doing anything different, but we kept coming up empty-handed. Our sales were starting to slowly go down. We were going in, we were walking out. We were going in, going out. And the reason was we got into a negative state. We were complaining. We were bitching about prices. Like, you know how, guys, I'm always positive on these videos and stuff. I'm not always like that, right? I try to be a good role model and be positive. Like, you've been hanging out with me behind the scenes. Like, I'm not obviously... Like, I'm very congruent to, like, what I am on video, but obviously there's certain things, like, you're trying to be a good role model. Like, we're all human beings, we have flaws, but I was going through this dry spell. Mama Profit and I, we couldn't find any books. We were walking and walking out, and we're like, what's going on? And I started to really dissect it. We were complaining about prices, about competition. Like, we were laser focused on all these new booksellers that were coming in and scanning and all this stuff.
Yeah, you're probably looking like, oh, the sticker's peeled off. Oh, they've already been here.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, there's another scanner here, so we just walk out. That's the loser mentality. That's how you lose in business, right? Matter of fact, in business, I find that the businesses that you want to get into are the ones where there is competition, because competition proves that there's money to be made. A lot of times when there's no competition, this is a general rule, there might not be anything out there, right? So we started to switch up our mindset, and we said, you want to know what? Even though the books might be a mess, there might be scanners there might be people, whatever, things going on, we're going to be positive. We're going to say to ourselves, you know what? There are books. There's something here. And we we spent an extra 15 minutes. We looked underneath something. We looked on top of the books. We asked for, we didn't ask for backroom access, but we did little things and stuff.
Well, now you probably will, because now
yeah.
you saw me do it yesterday, and it's going to go in your head like, oh, this is a normal thing to do. So now when you're in a positive state of mind and you're like greedy, like it's almost like you're greedy, like, you know, when you want more and you're just feeling good. It's like that feeling you get like when you win.
Yeah.
Like, did you win last night in softball?
We lost both games.
Okay, well, when you hit that home run,
yeah,
you probably felt pretty good.
Yeah,
your brain
phenomenal.
just felt good. And like when you find that textbook, like that $100 textbook, you're thinking like, man, and like maybe that was the last book you scanned. That's when you're gonna ask for backroom access. You're gonna be like, man, like, no, I'm not done yet. I want to win some more. Versus if you're just like all sad, all like you're not gonna get anything.
Tell people about the comment that I just read. Every morning I go through my comments. I might not be able to respond to them all, but I read all your guys' comments. What was that comment that had come through? Paraphrase it.
I'm trying to think of exactly what it was now. What?
Well, there was a guy.
I remember it was a hater.
It was a video. It wasn't even, I don't know if it was a hater, but there's a lot of people on YouTube that are like this. And
He
it's
was
like,
just saying it's impossible.
I always know they're broke. I always know they're broke. And I don't blame people with these comments because, I don't know, I feel like over the last 10, 15 years, like there's a lot of like kind of like scams and things that don't work, and like people are just trying to like sell courses and stuff, like, so I don't blame them.
Yeah.
But like it's kind of been proven that like eBay and Amazon FBA works, like thrifting, books, like it's just proven. Like just spend 10 minutes and look. There's like a million videos on it. But this guy commented, it was actually a video on selling comic books on eBay, and he's like, I don't understand why these people don't share all the information. What's the deal with this? What's the deal with that? This sounds like BS, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, bro, you're not entitled to jack shit. Like, go out and do some research, put in some work, make some effort. Like, you're just complaining, you're so entitled. Like, this is a free YouTube video. That video, there was nothing to be sold. There was no sales funnel. There was no email list. It was just pure value. Like, we're giving you, like, I was interviewing my buddy Dominic, who has, like, multiple years experience selling. Jameson, potty mouth with a snake. You're so funny, Jameson. Yeah, I have a little potty mouth this morning. Sometimes I get in these zones where I'm just like, you know what? Like, I just want to give it raw, because it's like there's these people out there watching, and everything's a lie, everything's a scam, everything's BS, like everything. There's always someone trying to like.
Yeah, it sucks too, because it's like they're almost like locked in that mind.
That negative, like
it's
there's
like
no books available.
It's difficult
like,
for them to get out. And I've actually been in that before. You know, I used to even look at guys like Ty Lopez as like just scammers and like not providing any value, but like. Ty Lopez has provided a ton of fucking value for me. Look at my last post. Like I like health, wealth, love, happiness. Like, yes, in every video he's drawing traffic to his website. He's trying to sell. But like he also just provides hella fucking value. That's how he got so high up in the first place, you know? And if you read his comments, it's like 10x haters. Like so many people are like, oh my gosh. And like he kind of brings it on himself when he did like, look at me here in my garage. But like, there's just people that just like never think it's even possible. Like with you and your Corvette, you know, you got hella comments on that, right?
Everyone's like, you're leasing it, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Like,
he's got this paid for.
Yeah.
He's not leasing it, you know, and people just don't believe it. People don't want to like, I don't know, people probably think this is fake right now. I was talking. Like,
but the thing is like, the thing about like building an Amazon book business or an eBay business or like whatever, like, even like listening to Ty Lopez, like a lot of this stuff like goes against logic. Like a lot of it doesn't seem like it could be true, but it's like you are what you think at the end of the day. Like there's a great book, Think and Grow Rich. Like, and even to go a step further, like if you think you're ugly, or you think you're not successful, or you think like you're not funny, or you think you're not interesting, whatever you think comes true. But if you like, you ever seen like, this is kind of a bad example, but like kind of like in the pickup game, like in dating and relationships, you ever seen those guys who are really overweight that do extremely well with women? It's because they've got this alpha male like confidence, even though they're like, they might look funny or they're out of shape, they don't like look that sexy or attractive, they just attract so many women because they think and they're confident. You know what I mean? Like, I know you expect
it. Yeah, they expect it.
Yeah, so it's kind of like the same thing with business. You got to expect success. You got to expect that things are going to work out for you, and they might not always.
This is kind of something scary that has happened to me recently. At the beginning of the year, me and Jason Sloan, we had a competition who can hit 1,000 books, and first, you know, and every single month since then I've hit 1,000 books. And like the first month I tried really hard to hit 1,000, and now it's just like I've been more networking and stuff, and I still hit 1,000 every month. But it's kind of scary because what if I just limited myself? Maybe we should have said 2,000. Like, what if we said 2,000? I'd probably would have hit 2,000 every month since then, and that's where I need to be. So I was talking about this book earlier on my Instagram, Psycho Cybernetics, And this
Dude, that's an amazing. I've gone
read
through
that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I need to study it more, but I have a friend who his father like puts all his success towards that book.
Yeah, I'm gonna send that to
Psycho
you.
Cybernetics.
Yeah, Dylan, I owe Dylan that book. It's in my car
That's
right
a
now.
thick book.
It's the
I
one
mean,
I
it's
have.
like the one I have is pretty thick.
Okay, the one I have
It's
is
the
not that
older
big.
version.
Mine's really old. Mine's like from like an ancient library. But in that book, there's a sales guy, and he hit 5,000 every month. And for his sales back then, it was like that's a lot of money. And then something happened where it was easier to make calls. It was easier to close. The whole company got like some leverage, and then everyone started hitting 5K. Then everyone started hitting 7K, but this guy was still at 5K. In his mind, he couldn't get past that 5K. So then shit hit the fan. Everyone could only hit 1 to 3K, but this guy still hit 5K. He was a 5K man. That's all he was. That's because he told himself he was 5K. Right now, I'm a 1K book guy. Each month, 1,000 books. You know, I need to up that up. That's the whole concept of Grant Cardone 10X, his book. It's kind of redundant.
Yeah.
You know? Have you listened to that?
Yeah.
It's kind of redundant, but like it's basic. It's a very important concept. Like set your goals really high, because you don't want to set a realistic goal, because if you set a realistic goal, then you're not going to work your ass off to get it. Like your goal, you should 100% be trying to get. Like 500K, I'm 100% trying to get that. Like by no means is it like five million is probably what I should have set. You know what I mean? But now I'm going to be doing things to get that. Like, you know, we were just talking behind the scenes of like what little things I'm going to be doing in order to hit that 500K. You know, my brain's thinking 500K. It's not thinking 50K anymore. You know?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, if you're falling victim to this, where you're blaming others, you're making excuses, you're playing small, you're just angry, you're in this negative mindset, you don't think it's possible, you've got to find a way to get out of it. Find a role model. Find 1 or 2 YouTube channels that you follow. Immerse yourself in it. Take a course, take a coaching program, do something. Watch free videos, start following a blog, but you've got to get out of that loser mentality, because nobody owes you anything. If you want to grow your business, you've got to find a way to add value to people. You've got to find a way to make a difference, and that's it at the end of the day. So just want to kind of come to you guys with a little bit of value this morning. Appreciate you guys. We got King Hippo in the house.
I got Caleb Roth over here. The book flipper.
What's up, King? What's up, Caleb Roth? The king of flipping
king.
and selling books.
Freudian slip. Why aren't you chasing turkeys with me? Sydney, Australia. What's up? LA Fitness. Yep. I've already read these.
We got Avery going through some comments, but I just want to say thank you guys for watching. Appreciate you all. Have a good day. Keep on picking and making that money, and we'll see you in the next one.
Peace out, guys.
Peace.
I'm going to answer some questions on here real quick.